Oh, baby, what a surprise. CPI data came in cooler than expected, and the stock market is exploding. We have to break that down in this video. We're also going to go over stocks, what I'm doing right now, and my thoughts on everything. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your water, and let's just dive into the video, guys. I am freaking amped. So right now we have the NASDAQ 100 as we're about 15 minutes away from the market open. It is up from 263 before the CPI came out to now 275. It is up about 4% in the pre-market right now. SPY in the same time period, let's take a look here. It is up from about 375 to now 387, up 3%. We have the Russell futures up 4%, and the Dow futures are up about 2.5%. So you got to realize, guys, CPI surprised the hell out of the stock market. So let's get into it. Let's not waste any time here on these charts quite yet, which we're going to come back to them later in the video. Let's actually dive into this report now, break down the categories, and see exactly what is going on. So you guys can see here, this is the CPI data for October. Let me minimize my face. I know you guys like looking at my face. You love staring at my face, guys. So let's take a look here. CPI data for October is right here in front of us. It rose 0.4% in October on a seasonally adjusted basis, the same increase as September. And this is a it is 0.4% like I just said, but over the past 12 months, the all items index increased 7.7%, which if you guys saw my video yesterday, and I talked about it on Sunday as well, the estimate for CPI was roughly 8% on a 12-month adjusted basis for the month of October, which 8% is higher than 7.7%. And I think we were looking at core at 0.5%, and the all items at about 0.6% month over month. So this in all, by all means, came in under the estimate, which is great. Let's see here. The items the index for all items less food and energy rose 0.3% in October after rising 0.6% in September. So the rate of increase for the all items index, in other words core, it increased half of what it did in September. So the increase is still there. I mean, there's still inflation, but obviously the decrease there, the decline is great month over month from September to October. That's fantastic. And you guys can see here the inflation was really hot. I mean, you all probably know this at this point. This is not anything new, but inflation was really hot back in February, March, maybe not April, but May, June. Then it came flat in July, 0.1 in August, 0.4 in September. But now it's really starting. The past couple months, it's been cooling off, not completely, but it's not the way it was, obviously, from October to June, where everything was, it was spiking like crazy every month, other than, of course, April, like I just mentioned. So this is good news. Again, the stock market was pricing in a lot higher inflation. So if we come down here to these different categories, and let me make sure you guys can see them. Yes, you can. Let's take a look here. We can see all items, again, 7.7% on a 12-month basis. Let's see the different categories. So food dropped down from September to October, 0.8% to 0.6%. Food at home from 0.7 to 0.4. That's good. 0.9 to 0.9 for food away from home. So that really didn't change. Let's see here. Energy actually came up a little bit. It was negative 2.1% in September, 1.8% in October here in the positive. That's about 17.6%. I guess exactly that on a 12-month basis. Let's see here. Fuel oil was at 19.8. So there you go. Fuel oil came up a ton, which I'm sure you guys have seen, right? Almost 20% in October, where in September it was minus 2.7%. And annualized, that's 68% for fuel oil, which is intense, right? That is intense. And you can see here all items less food and energy. We talked about that. 0.3% October. It was 0.6 in September, 0.6 in August, 0.3 in July, and overall 12 months unadjusted, 6.3% for the core there. So let's see. New vehicles, used cars, and trucks. New vehicles was right around 0.4%. That was in October, and it was 0.7 in September. That's 8.4%. annualized. And for used cars and trucks, that continues to come down. It was minus 1.1% in September, minus 2.4% in October, and that's roughly at 2%. Funny enough, the goal for the Fed is 2%, right? Well, they achieved it in at least one category, guys. That's at the used cars and trucks, right? That's funny. Apparel, yeah, I don't really care much about apparel, but apparel did come down a little bit month over month, which is good, negative 0.7% in October. And then pretty much, what else do we have? Shelter, transportation services, those are pretty much unchanged. Medical care services was 1% in September, 0.6% in the red for October, so that decreased, which is good. So overall, guys, again, markets are liking it purely for the fact that inflation is lower than expected. And what could you expect? When everything has been hotter than expected, you're going to get the opposite reaction when you see something that is lower than expected. I mean, you guys not remember, I think it was not last month, but the month before, where CPI came out and the stock market cratered. I think it was right here. You guys can see it. Yeah, in September, literally on September 13th, of 2022. SPY went from 415 to under 400, 390 in the same day. You guys remember that. It went down 5% when inflation essentially shocked, I don't want to say shocked the markets, but it surprised the markets at that time period, and it went down 5%. The point I'm trying to make here is if it goes, on the flip side, or if it works in reverse, stock market could break out, which is what we're seeing right now. Inflation came in cooler than expected, which is great. Stock market's breaking out, right? So SPY at this point is breaking out of the neckline of the head and shoulders on the 20-day chart, which is great. That's a very good sign for the bulls here. We're back over the moving averages, which is also good on SPY. Now I'm looking at 390. That is in the cards right now. 390 is where it was a couple days ago. Right now, SPY in the pre-market is at 387. This looks like we're going 390. If if I was a betting man, 390 is going. We're going to test it. We might even end up breaking out of there. That'd be fantastic here for the bulls. And for Triple Q, let's pull that up. Triple Q is also breaking out of the moving averages here, trying to break out of the neckline as well of the head and shoulders. And this is on the 20-day chart, by the way. This is looking good. We also took the highs out from 2 days ago. And by the looks of it, I mean, on the 4-hour chart, we're starting to peak out of these moving averages as well. On the short term here, guys, I'm going to be watching roughly 280 to 285 on Triple Q. That is a very big point of resistance. I'll put my alert there. Mark is at or above 280. I'll set another one at $285 a share, and we'll see what it ends up doing, guys, here in the short term. So, yeah, Nasdaq's pushing up 5% now. We have the Russell up over 4%. S&P futures up about 3.7%. So monstrous morning today, guys. Monstrous morning. And could this be the spark of a rally that could last for a little bit for once? I mean, it really could be. It really could be. We'll see. And, I'm going to make a bunch more content today, tomorrow, so make sure to subscribe. And, in terms of individual stocks, of course, big tech is doing well. We have Apple up in the pre-market. Stocks like Nvidia are going crazy right now. I think Tesla's got to be moving up. Last I checked, yeah, Tesla's up about $20 here in the pre-market. Let me see here. It was at 172 in the pre-market. Now it's at 192. It's up 11-12% in just the pre-market, which is absolutely insane. Companies like Amazon are up 7%. I'm pulling them up here on my iPhone because I can see the pre-market action here. Yeah, 7%. Amazon, Meta's up another 5%, which Meta crushed it yesterday as well. I'm sure you guys have seen it. Now Meta, just like that, is back to 110. So, yeah, markets are doing well, and we'll see if this continues, guys. And, hopefully we do get, even though it's, long term, it doesn't really matter, I guess, what happens in the short term, but it would be nice to get a little relief rally. Let's just put it that way, at least in my opinion, guys. So what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to get your 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited, link down below, and your $10 plus up to 15 stocks from Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit. Each of those stocks could be up to $2,000. All those are linked down below, guys, and my Patreon as well. All those help out the channel. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you later. Peace out.